Rant and Rave. Let's start with a little NBA. The Hawks are getting ready to play in the playoffs. How long will they last in the postseason? Tucker, what do you think?
Well, their hot streak is impressive and it's something to watch, but when you think about the playoffs and the new season starting, you got to look back at the whole season. I think it's safer to say the Hawks will do what they've done all year and be mediocre rather than what they've done the last week or so.
Yeah, it's so hard to predict what this team will do because it's bipolar, and they'll look great one week like they did the last week with 2 wins over Cleveland and the game over Boston on Thursday night. But, you know, they could turn around and wet the bed. We know that. They are capable of that, so it's hard to predict. It may just be on matchup. I don't know about the matchup per se with Washington. I mean, I give them a better chance than I may have given them a couple of weeks ago because you have to give them credit for what they did against Cleveland. It was impressive, but are we going to be surprised if they get swept? No,
Absolutely
I don't think
not.
Anybody would be surprised about that. All right, let's switch to baseball now, and on Friday it's going to be the first game ever at SunTrust Park. Are you going to go to SunTrust Park? Now, we know that compared to Turner Field, the trip from Middle Georgia is going to be a little bit more difficult because it's in North Atlanta. I went a couple of weeks ago on a Friday, the day after the highway collapse, which was the second biggest collapse after the Falcons in Atlanta this year. Had to get that in. And you know what? It was a 2-hour trip from North Macon. It wasn't bad. It's still a little bit more than it was to Turner Field. And you know what? It could be different on different days. You may go one day and it's fine. You may go the next day and it's awful. But you know what, Tucker? I think everybody should go to SunTrust Park because it's beautiful. It's a great facility. Go and try it. If you don't want it, go do it again, then don't. But I think everybody's going to really enjoy that new stadium.
I was waiting for someone to go and tell me how it was, and good thing I have Mr. Bill Shanks himself here sitting next to me. You said it was not bad, 2-hour trip after the 85 collapse.
Yeah.
I'm not really worried about it anymore. I'll go.
Yeah, no, it's worth it. I mean, you know, we might have been helped a little bit by the day after that collapse because most people may have stayed off the roads, but I still think it was better than we thought, and getting in was not as bad as I thought it was going to be either. All right, finally, let's talk a little Georgia Tech football, believe it or not. They've lost their quarterback for spring practice. Matthew Jordan is out, and is that a problem now for Paul Johnson? What do you think, Tuck?
Not really. I mean, he hasn't been the starter in the last few years anyway, so they're still kind of just trying to work things out. They've got some other guys on the roster, at least one with experience. And according to what Paul Johnson told a newspaper here in Georgia, it looks like he's going to be ready for the fall, so that's what matters.
Yeah, I think that his familiarity with the offense is going to be important, so I don't think it's that big of a deal, but it does open the door for those other quarterbacks to get some playing time and to at least see what they can do. So I think it'll be something to watch, but not necessarily a big deal for the Jackets. All right, there you go. There is Rant and Ray for this week. We've saved your newscast once again.
Are you a nightly watcher, Bill?
No.